What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to Elevate the Show. Um, New video. Um, this one is gonna be for the people who are thinking of marriage, about to get married. Not for the ones that's already married. But I noticed on my social media feeds, Facebook, Instagram, everything, it's just those one or two videos that pop up that makes me scratch my head like, people can share it in the reel, but they're not really breaking it down to, the meat and potatoes. They just giving you a sample. That's the world we live in. We just want that. Give me the quick fix. Sometimes you need somebody to sit down with you. So this 101 episode is about marriage. Um, and all what comes with it. I've been married for a year. Um, but what I normally see in all these videos is a lot of people want the wedding, but they don't want the marriage. And that right there is going to hit a lot of people because they're like, what do you mean? You see, there's two kinds of marriages. You have your kingdom marriage and then you just have your regular society marriage. Really, a lot of people just want the wedding. They just want the wow factor. They want everybody to see them get married. They want the all eyes on them, lack of a better word. But when it comes down to the marriage part, they don't want to put in the work no more. They didn't realize it was that much work. They didn't realize you had to make sacrifices. They didn't realize that you're going to be up all night with those sleepless nights, scratching your head, trying to figure out finances or trying to figure out things like why are we disagreeing here? Why are we arguing here? Why aren't we happy here? Why are we always sad here? Marriage is just the start of the journey. It's not the end. Just for those who thought it was the end of the journey, no, it's the start of a new journey. Because, like it says in the Bible, it says that two shall become one flesh. You want me to do more in detail with the real and raw version? Let me know. Give me 2 likes and I'll do it. I'm asking for small likes because why not? I mean, I'm still a small channel. Just because we got 2.3K subscribers don't mean I can still ask for a low count. Because that one person or those 2 people might be interested in hearing that. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Marriage requires work. And those are the people who, for those people who don't know that, you're going to work in your marriage. It's going to be like a whole nother job. But the payments are not with, a salary or hourly based thing. It's a lifetime that you're building. It's one of those things where you're always learning who you marry. Me being a year in, there's still a lot that I'm learning about my wife. There's still a lot that my wife has learned about me. We are 2 different individuals that come from 2 different families that came together with the intentions of building a foundation, not just for us, but for our child, for her. And when she decides to get married, for her children, and her children, you have to build something to where each generation is stronger than the last. And if you come from a family like me or my wife came from, they have a strong foundation in the Lord. And that really is what a marriage is supposed to be built at, the foundation of. You're supposed to put God at the center. Again, if you want that, give me 2 likes. And then from there, I will talk about it in the real and raw. But a lot of people want the wow factor, but they don't want to put in the work. And for the people that are getting married, within the next coming seasons and next coming months, this is just a reminder. Do marriage counseling. So then you get an ideal of who you're getting to marry, because you can say I love somebody, but not know who they are. And like I said, that takes a lifetime. Sacrifices have to be made. Compromises have to be made. Taking a lot of stuff on the shoulder, like just taking a hit and not saying anything. A lot of that has to be done. I'm just saying this thing because this is what I've been through in the first year. I'm not afraid to say this on the internet, but I'm saying this to better those who are about to get married, those who want to get married, those who are thinking about getting married. It ain't just the wedding. It's not the end of a journey. It's literally the start of a new journey. You then have the power with God, of course, to end generational curses. It stops with y'all. It stops with you and your significant other. It ain't just when you get down on one knee and say, "Oh, will you marry me?" That's just the pregame. The real game doesn't start until you walk through the threshold of your home after the honeymoon phase is over, which you can still keep alive. You can keep that alive for the whole thing of your wedding. I mean, not wedding, marriage. But the thing is, you got to be willing to put in that work to make it happen. The roles of a man are definitely increased. The roles of a woman are definitely increased. You're no longer single. You are one. When I say those compromises have to happen, they have to happen with love and kindness. There will be things that will be said that will hurt your feelings. Your spouse will hurt your feelings. If you are getting into a marriage and thinking they will never hurt my feelings, you're telling yourself a story. Get that mindset out of you now, because the person that can love you and they're not doing it intentionally, it's just who they are before they met you. In the dating phase, you only see one side of them. When you're married, you see all sides. So it's always a joke that a woman has more than one personality. Men, we have more than one personality. But the thing is, when you come together, you have to know that at the end of the day, I still get to go back home to the person that I love the most. I still get to go back home to the person that I know is going to treat me better than the world is. I still get to go back home to the person that I know is still going to have a hot meal for me when I get home. I still get to go home to somebody that I know is going to love me on my worst days. I still get to go home to somebody who I know still knows my love language. That's another thing that you got to know when you get married. What is your spouse's love language? You want a video on that? Give me 2 likes and I'll drop the video. Because you have to understand that understanding your spouse's love language goes a long way. And you will have more than one love language. I mean, I would tell mine, but that's for my wife to know, because she knows I'm not going to put it out on the internet because I don't want nobody else to know. Um, Men, little secret, she's always right. Ooh, yeah, she's always right. Women, I'm gonna put you in a little secret. You're always right. But hear him out. Hear your spouse out. Hear her out. Ladies, hear him out. Men, hear her out. Because you're a team now. You're a team. If you have a conflict, it's you and your spouse versus the problem. Never you versus your spouse. Remember that. Like I said, this is one of those videos to where you have to fully understand that when people say I do, they just want the wedding. They don't want the marriage. But we need to be the generation to say we want the marriage. The wedding is just for everybody else to see our love in physical form, to where people are invited to see how much we love each other. But the marriage is for those nights where you sitting there, know you mad at them over who stole the cookie out the cookie jar, but at the end of the day, you still gonna pick them. Knowing that when things get real, real rough, they know that you can go to God with the problem and say, God, look, I can't do this by myself. I need some help. And that takes a lot. Man, I want to put you in on something. Men, a godly man loves his wife no matter what. If she's not showing you no love, you still show her love back. Because like the Bible says, a man is supposed to love his wife like Christ loves the church. We are the church. Christ loves the church. We have done so much wrong, but Christ still loves us. When your wife doesn't show love in the season, you still got to show her love. You still got to go get the flowers. You still got to go get her favorite catnip, her favorite food. And what that does, it creates an effect to where when she is out of that state, to where she will give back that love 20 times over. I'm telling you from experience, I have seen it through other people. I have seen it in my marriage. And it is an amazing thing. All that being said, are you getting married just for the wedding, or are you getting married for the journey? And with that, Elevate the Show, another one-on-one episode. We are out.